So if I'm looking like all sweaty or flushed, don't mind, because we have this push-up challenge going on in our Discord where we have to see how many push-ups one can do in 2-minute window. It's a great challenge. We have this spreadsheet that we are kind of counting our push-ups, and today is the day when we update our sheet. It's a 4-week challenge. So join our Patreon and Discord to take a look at the challenge. I'm, I think, doing a little bit better than I was doing a week before. So I'm very proud, and I continue to go on, and by the end of January, we'll see who will do the most push-ups. Okay, so back to the video. So when we talk about Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin, one of the common theme is that if you're not mining them and a regular investor like I am, then you need to use one of the exchanges to buy or sell or transfer. And one of the biggest exchanges in the US is Coinbase. Now, a few months ago, just before the Q3 earnings, I did a video on Coinbase just before their Q3 earnings and shared my view on why I feel we are going to see bad numbers from Coinbase. I actually bought some puts which did well right after the earnings, and let's take a quick look at that video. Stock is sitting on top of the moving averages and the price is sitting at about $330, $340. This is what I'm planning before the earnings, and I'm telling you before the earnings in this case. I will be buying a put right here. I'm buying a put this time for a $330 strike price for November 19th. This is November 19th right here. Because I'm expecting the price to come down after the earnings, this is going to hedge my position against it. So what I'm going to do is I'm betting that stock price on November 19th for Coinbase is going to be $330, and I'm buying it. Now, if the price drops, that means the value that I paid because I'm buying something $17.50, it's going to go up. Now this time I have a different view on Q4 earnings, and let me share what we can expect to see in the earnings. And now, as a gentle reminder, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And for trade alerts and for one-on-one conversation, consider joining our Patreon and Discord. And of course, if you like to do push-ups, then you are welcome over there as well. Links are in the description below. So before we go deep into the earnings and of course tell you a little bit about what's going on this quarter and the expectation, I'll share Coin chart or Coinbase chart, and let me go over previous earnings and what happened after the earnings and some, of course, common support and resistance. So this is a chart for Coinbase, and this is when earnings were announced right here. As you can see, right here was the earning day, and this is when the price was announced. It was all-time high, almost touching $360, $365, which was like crazy if you look at it right now. So actually like almost $370 touched. Then the earnings came out. The earnings were horrible as expected. And then after that, we saw a decline in the price. So right before, I would say from October onwards, the stock gained almost 64% in 41 days. That was the total range that the stock went up. It was crazy. Then after that, after the earnings, the stock is falling, and it's still falling. And after 59 days after the last earnings were announced, we have lost almost 40% of the stock value. Now, somebody could say that stock is in a deep value territory. We'll talk about it in just a second. But from what I'm seeing over here, this looks like a traditional setup when people had higher expectations right before the earnings. They were thinking it's going to be a blowout earning. And then right after that, we saw a weakness in the stock. Now, anytime leading up to the earning, this was earning when it was announced, and you can see the stock started to climb up with that expectations. This time, the market is very different. So we are still a few days away from next earnings report, which is coming out in February. But from what I'm seeing right now, because of all the Fed, all the CPI data, all the interest rate talks that we have, inflation, the stock is actually seeing a very, very bad moment right now. And I think everybody is waiting for that Fed meeting on January 26th before we can see the start of the rally for the earnings, which I think is going to happen, especially for the stocks that I think has a momentum or has chances of a better earning. So this, I feel right now, the stock is hitting an all-time level. We have the support level that we have touched a few times, and then after that we have bounced back from the support level of about 230, 228, around that range. So I think it's right now looking very, very good where the stock is. And after that, we have tried to come up to 280, and then we kind of bounce back again. Now, from what I'm seeing, what had happened previously, we are going to see a run up close to the earnings, and then earnings, of course, the expectations from the earnings will be muted because last time they didn't deliver on the earnings. This time it's a different topic. Next, I'll share a research that came out of Coinbase last week after the first week of trading in 2022. Right here. After a strong Q4, so far it's been a quiet start to the year with capital on the sideline building up as the market is unwrapped in uncertainty, but no one is in a rush to buy the dip in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or most other blue chips yet, with the exception of local rallies like we have witnessed in ETHEREUM. Now, This is a key point right here. After a strong Q4 right here, this is, I feel, in my opinion, Q4 has been wonderful for Coinbase and also many other crypto exchanges. So it's very clear that Coinbase and many other crypto exchanges, they struggle in Q3 of the 2021 because of the low volume, but Q4 is a different story. So take a look over here. This is a chart of market capitalization of Bitcoin. Now, of course, Bitcoin defines the crypto world, and that's why I feel it's kind of fair for us to take a look at Bitcoin and then decide what's going on. And if you see, from August of 2021 till about October of 2021, we had movement, but we had very little volume. The stock or the cryptos didn't go anywhere. They were trading in that range and they were not flying. No other Dogecoin memes were coming out. There was no excitement in the crypto world during that time. Then starting October, we saw this crazy price fluctuations happening all the way till December. So see here, this was July to October. As you can see, it was muted right here in this range. And then right after that, we see over here, I'm going to actually point it here. Yeah, right after that, we can see that from October till about December, we had this huge price movement. So the reason why I feel Q4 will be very strong for these companies is this. Because we not only saw the rise of Bitcoin touched all-time high that helped all of the cryptos rally, but along with that, we also saw some crazy price fluctuation, which added to more transactions revenue. See, anytime you buy, Coinbase makes money, and anytime you sell, Coinbase makes money. So all the price fluctuations of Bitcoin touching all-time high and then it's crashing, people are selling out. See that one-day drop right here? People were selling out of Bitcoin. Well, Coinbase was making money. So next, I'll show you a chart which will show you what investors are thinking, and this is really cool. Right here is a chart of total call volume, total put volume, and this is the chart. I have never seen the chart being divided like this. So take a look over here. So we have about 27,252 open calls right now. And then we have about 26,098 open puts right now. So the put and the call are neck to neck, are exactly the same. People are over here, of course, as you can see, people are buying puts right here. So they think that in the short term, the prices of Coinbase can go down. And then, of course, they are buying calls as well, because right here is the green. As you can see, basically, they are betting that in the future, in the coming months, Coinbase prices will be going up, which I also strongly believe. So this is really interesting. Now, if you pay attention over here, this is the volatility graph of Coinbase. Right now, where Coinbase is sitting is under 50. It has been under 50 a few times, but of course, it's not like that when it was in September, when the volatility was really low, or in early November or later October, when the volatility was really low. In December or last part of December, the volatility was really high. That was a good time for us to kind of sell some covered calls, because after that, the volatility kind of came down with the price. Right now, the volatility is still down. That means it's a wonderful time to buy calls in Coinbase. Again, my opinion only. I'm not a financial advisor. I could be 100% wrong depending on where the market is and what the market is going. But I feel right now the Coinbase is sitting at very attractive levels, especially given all this range or trading that happened in the last quarter of 2021. So in my opinion, Q4 will be rocking for Coinbase. But in these market conditions, does it even matter how the company is doing? I'm not sure, because we saw major sell-off across the board for tech companies and for those who are profitable for years and have been performing well in all domains. So really can't comment on what the stock will do, but I feel if I see a breakout on the chart, I'm definitely interested in buying some calls close to earnings, and also interested in buying the stock as well, because I feel the stock is in deep value and sitting at a very attractive level right now. But then again, what is not sitting at an attractive level, and how much money can we have to buy the dip? So that is it for today, and if you like the video, then consider subscribing to our channel and hit the like button. And for one-on-one conversations, trade alerts, join our Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description. As always, an absolute pleasure to share all of this with you. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.